G'day legends. If you like your sounds big and bold, lots of saturation and overdrive, a little bit of clipping in the mix as well, then you are going to absolutely love Canvas Audio's plugins. These guys are pretty new to the market, but they have delivered a couple of really cool plugins, and we're going to check these out right now. And if after you watch this video you decide that you want to go and check out Canvas Audio plugins for yourself, there will be a link and a special deal in the description below. So the first one I want to check out is the Oak Dynamic Tone Shaper, because this thing is an absolute beast. So we're going to use this on some drums, and I'm going to show you just how powerful this thing is. So this is our Oak Dynamic Tone Shaper. They've absolutely nailed the look of this. It just looks awesome. Looks like a piece of gear that you would love to have in a rack in front of you. Now, basically with this thing, we've got compression, we've got saturation. We also have punch, which is our transient shaper. There's some air, there's some body, and there's the attack time for the compression. We also have two options for compression, VCA and FET, and then there's also two modes to choose between vintage and modern, which have slightly different tones about them, and also two types of saturation, XFMR and tape. We also have a couple of cool options at the top, input and output trims. We've got oversampling, there is a mix knob up here. We also have a sidechain filter, which filters out the frequencies that are being affected by the Oak Dynamic Tone Shaper. And then there's also a high pass and a low pass filter. So that's a general overview of this beast of a plugin. Let's check it out. Ooh. So that's our two types of compression there. I think the VCA sounds great for the drum bus, but maybe as a parallel compression, that FET compression is really cool and aggressive and pumpy. So I think that sounds great right there. Let's get some punch added to this. You can feel it in the low end with the kick and the snare. It's just adding this extra punch to the sound. Very straightforward. Nice bit of air to the top end, definitely what these drums needed. The body knob sounds really cool if you wanted to make your drums real beefy. That sounds great. Or if you just need to scoop them out a little bit, sounds awesome too. I think we're kind of in a sweet spot with that, so I'm just going to leave it down the middle. Modern sounds a little bit like tighter and grabbier with the compression and just like a little bit cleaner sounding. The vintage has this cool openness about it, like the snare has this kind of splatty sound that kind of just jumps out a little bit more. Depending what you're going for, both cool sounds. I think I'm going to leave it on vintage for now. I'm vibing with that. Let's test out this saturation. Both sound really cool. I'm liking the XFMR on this at the moment, and if we just dial it back a little bit. That sounds really cool, and you can get that mix knob going. That sounds great. When we look at the peak volume on our drum bus now, we're getting the drums louder, but the actual peak volume is pretty much the same. So you can hear it just punches through the mix so much better now too. Now, if we didn't want the compression to pump as hard on the kick, we could lift that sidechain filter and filter out those low frequencies. being able to dial that in is a nice touch. You can just filter out those low frequencies, saturate all that high frequency content, and then just use the mix knob to blend it in and add some excitement to the drums. Just a cool way of just adding some sizzle and excitement. Let's try the FET style compression on our parallel drum bus to see how that sounds. That's mean. That sounds really cool. Let's blend that in now. Sounds mean. It's so good. Just adds this really big sound to the drums. I really like the Oak Dynamic Tone Shaper. This is probably going to be one of my new favorite toys on drums for a little while. And it sounds absolutely awesome on other stuff too, but you can just hear how good it sounds on drums. It's just mean. So this is Cactus Clipper, and basically what we can do here is we can shave peaks off of sounds. Clippers are really great on drums and anything that's really dynamic. So applying this to your drum bus and even your mix bus and shaving off a couple of little transient peaks can work wonders. So I'm going to apply this after the Oak Dynamic Tone Shaper, and we're just going to shave a couple little peaks off the drums. I'm going to hit that link button so when we apply the input, the output adjusts at the same time. Sounds pretty transparent on the drums when you're just clipping it a little bit like that. So really nice and smooth saturation drive knob there. That sounds really cool. And when you hit that tone button, you can hear it adds this little bit of high frequency excitement as well. I think that's awesome. Now there's also a knee here. So we can go between kind of like hard and soft clipping. So that's the soft clipping. You can hear it kind of just rounds it out and just makes the transient a little less edgy. And when we're all the way on the other side, you can hear that crisp sound. And that's just because it's just completely decapitating the transient, and it gives us that really edgy sound. We've also got a mix knob, so we can get a little bit creative with what we do here. We can drive it really hard and then blend it back. You can really saturate that low end, make it real clipped and gritty, and then blend it in with the clean signal. Adds this thickness and weight to the sound. So it's not just a clipper. You can be really creative with it and just treat it like a saturation plugin as well. Hence it's labeled Cactus Clipper Saturation. So cool plugin. I want to show you this on some brass though. So we've been on the drums for a bit now, but let's jump over to a different sound. And I want to show you the Cactus Clipper on brass. It sounds really cool. So I've got a trumpet part here. Adds this cool grittiness and brightness to the sound without making it sound clipped and distorted. It just sounds cooler, sounds better. This just helps it sit in the mix and sound way more exciting. The Cactus Clipper, you can pretty much use that anywhere. Kicks and snares, drums is an obvious one. On the mix bus, shaving a couple little peaks off sounds good as well. but anywhere where you need to do a little bit of saturation and get a little bit of edge and excitement to a sound, Cactus Clipper sounds good. Okay, so this next one is currently a freebie, the Honeycomb Bass Overdrive. It looks very much like a SansAmp style bass pedal. So let's check it out, see how it sounds. Got a cab sim. If you need a little bit of edge, a little bit of drive, this is a cool way of doing some tone shaping to your bass. Definitely reminds me of that classic SansAmp sound. Definitely go and grab it while it's free. Definitely a useful tool to have around. Lastly, we're going to check out Violet Fuzz, and this thing sounds super sick. So first of all, I want to show you this on some vocals. Sure, it looks like a guitar pedal, but you can use this anywhere. So a bit of fuzz on vocals can be really cool.
Oh, can we dial it down just a little, baby? 'Cause I feel the weight of the world coming down on me. Yeah, put my hands over my mouth just to stop the words coming out. Hold the rain on my tongue, 'cause I know that it's too late now.
That sounds sick.
Oh, can we dial it down just a little, baby? 'Cause I feel the weight of the world coming down on me, yeah.
Little bit of that in there. Definitely cool effect for a song, kind of like this for sure.
Oh, can we dial it down just a little, baby? 'Cause I feel the weight of the world coming down on me, yeah.
So that's a cool effect, and that's a great sounding fuzz, because you can get that really warm fuzz sound, but then you can play those settings and you can blend it and you can get a bit of edge and grittiness to it as well. So I think that sounds sick. I really like that on vocals.
Oh, can we dial it down just a little, baby? 'Cause I feel the weight of the world coming down on me.
You can really shape the tone with that contour knob, makes a massive difference. And then once you find that sweet spot, dialing it in with the low, mid, and highs. But also, there's two modes of fuzz, and the second mode is a little bit grittier.
Oh, can we dial it down just a little, baby? 'Cause I feel the weight of the world coming down on me.
You can hear it's a bit thicker, but it also sounds like it's got more gain in it as well. The first mode is just not quite as gainy, but you can get it a little bit more edgy sounding. So some cool options there for tone shaping. This type of plugin is also really great if, say, you've tracked a lead line, but you just feel like it's lacking and maybe you didn't have enough oomph. And when you put it in the mix, it's like, yeah, it's kind of, something's missing. This can be that secret sauce that it needs. So check it out on this lead part. Sounds so much bigger and cooler with that Violet Fuzz plugin turned on. Have a listen to that in solo. I love that. So basically kind of like reamping that guitar tone through this pedal and just making it sound like how it should have been when we tracked it. That sounds sick on bass as well. Fuzz is super cool, and I think Canvas Audio has absolutely nailed a really cool fuzz sound in this plugin. So there you have it, guys. That is Canvas Audio. They have some really killer plugins, as we have just heard. So if you want to check these out, make sure you hit that link in the description below. There's going to be a killer deal down there, so make sure you check that out. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support this channel, make sure you go and check out that merch store, pick up a shirt, pick up a hat. Any of that stuff is a massive support, as well as picking up a drum sample pack or a mixing course over on my website. All of these links are in the description below. And if you want to check out my one-shot sample pack, check out this next video coming up.